I'm going around to all the UK supermarkets to see what you can buy for £5 in 2024.
This time I was heading to the bougiest of UK supermarkets, M&S.
As usual, there are a couple of rules. I've got to buy protein, got to buy a sweet treat, and I've got to have leftovers.
That was probably actually the hardest shop that I have done so far in this series. But if you look hard enough, there are some pretty good bargains to be had.
Yeah, so for Sam is completely right. This was really tricky going into it. I mean, I immediately saw that bread was really expensive compared to like the 35p that we were paying in places like Tesco and Morrison's. Sweet treats were no better. I knew that was going to be a really tough challenge here. I did almost pick up this tin of sardines, but then I changed my mind very quickly and I got a tin of chopped ham. I got some rice noodles, a potato, and some carrots. And this tin of chicken soup.
Now I feel like I do need to say, as a few of you have been asking in the comments, this is not a living for a day on £5. This is just, what can you buy at the shop for £5? I'm gonna supplement it with anything I've got at my house. But that does lead me on to the fact that, where's the breakfast food, you might add? I couldn't get one, didn't have enough money. Instead I decided I was just gonna have shreddies for breakfast. But I had grand, big ideas for lunch and dinner. At this point, we're pretty much halfway through this challenge. We've done 4 supermarkets. I think there's 9 altogether. So if you want to keep up to date with it all, please smack that subscribe button. You don't want to miss what else we've got planned. So I cracked on with some work for the day, and then it did get to lunchtime and I was feeling quite peckish and I knew my lunch was going to be pretty big. I just got my potato, peeled it, and then I cut it up, cubed it up, and popped it all in a pan of water. I was boiling it up. I was going to make some mashed potato from it. While that was boiling on the side, I got my carrots and I grated them all down. I had left over from the Comment Cook a couple of weeks ago, some red cabbage. I cut off a little bit of that and I grated that down as well, popped them in a bowl together. And at this point I had half a bag of carrots left, so that's good leftovers already. Oh, and now that I think about it, I was meant to use the carrots at dinner, but I didn't. Anyway, so then with my grated carrot and my grated red cabbage in a bowl together, I put a bit of salt, bit of pepper, bit of lemon juice, big bit of mayo, and mixed it all up. I was making a bit of a slaw. Tasted it was all right, it needed a little something, so I put a little bit of Dijon mustard in it, and it was fantastic after I did that. Once my potato was done, I mashed it all up together. Then I added into it some spring onion, some truffle cheese, which I had left over from Christmas, bit of paprika, salt and pepper obviously, some breadcrumbs and some flour. Now I'll mix that all together until I was able to form a bit of a patty, and I cooked the patty. Bit like a burger. I had some burger buns left over from the weekend when Carolina and I had burgers. Quick, just whack them in the pan. When you have a burger bun, you want to get a really nice toasting on it, a really nice even toasting on it. Put it in a scalding hot pan with your fat, and then just, you know, for a couple of seconds, move it around the pan, take it off, and you've got the most perfectly evenly toasted bun that you could want. It was time to build, so I built this burger. I started with just the base bun, then I put a little bit of salad on the bottom of it, because I love to have a bit of green in every meal. Then my patty, which was a bit larger than the bun, but that's fine. I'm not fussed by that. And then I topped it up with a bit of our homemade slaw, and there was still so much slaw left over, so that is literally, again, a tick for leftovers. Put the bun on top. It was looking good. So I took that to the table and oh my God, I think that's the best lunch that I've made potentially on this channel. Big words, I know, but I really enjoyed it. The slaw had the perfect amount of tanginess, providing a good bit of crunch, which is a really good contrast to the potato patty as well. The truffle came through. I mean, needless to say, I ate this all very quickly, and it was very yummy. Now, what about a sweet treat, you might ask? And I did manage to find, for 30 pence, some bourbon biscuits. Now, these are biscuits, as in UK biscuits, not whatever you call those biscuit things in America. These are proper biscuits. I'd say there are a few absolute staples and best of British when it comes to biscuits over here. You've got the digestive biscuit, you've got the custard cream, and you've got the bourbon. I'm a person who likes to put my bourbon in half, and you get the cream in the middle, and then you eat in each half individually. That's just what I've done ever since I was a kid, and I haven't had a bourbon in quite a long time. So this was really, really nice. So I had a bourbon biscuit as a little bit of a pick-me-up snack, and then it came to walking this one. Now dinner. So as our two main ingredients that I bought, I had my rice noodles and I had my Spam, or chopped ham as they called it. I put the noodles on. The noodles needed like 4 minutes in boiling water off heat. I tried to open the ham with the bit provided, but it turned out, it just broke the second that I tried to pull it. So I just had to kind of wrestle with my tin opener to get it open, and I did. It confirmed my thoughts that probably this is Spam, because I assumed it was a load of chopped ham in a tin. I assumed wrong. It came out as one big gelatinous lump of ham. So I just cut half of that and I cubed it up. So then into another pan, into my wok actually, I put some sesame oil, some onions and some broccoli. Then I put my Spam in. Thought I'd get a really nice little crisp on it. At that point I needed to deglaze, so I decided to start making the sauce that I was going to make for it, which was a big staple in terms of the kind of sauces that I make in a lot of rice and noodle dishes when I'm at home in general. So I knew this was going to be good. I just knew it. And it goes like this: a really good glug of soy sauce, a really good glug of rice vinegar, a couple of big heaped spoons of gochujang, big squeeze of honey. If you have ginger, be that pureed or stem, that goes really well as well. Didn't have any of that, so we skipped that step. But then just topped it up with water and a bit of oyster sauce. Now just mix all of that up so it all combines, and it is quite runny, but if you just leave it for around 10 minutes or so on a relatively high heat, it reduces down until you get this really nice, beautiful, spicy yet sweet, sticky sauce. So put my noodles into that, mixed it all around and served it up for myself. I topped it off in the end with some black sesame seeds. I decided to eat it with chopsticks because I'm really cool, honestly. No word of a lie. I said that was the best lunch I ever had earlier. Hands down the best dinner I have had on this channel. It was unreal. The Spam was really nice. It got a bit crispy. It blended really well with the sauce. It got a really nice thick coating of it. It went well with the broccoli. It went well with the onion. It went well with the noodles. The noodles were perfect. This was great. It was honestly 10 out of 10 dinner. So yeah, M&S. M&S was good. You might notice I had a tin of chicken soup left over. I noticed it too, don't worry. I forgot to use it. I don't know what I would have used it in, but I forgot to use it. But don't worry. I had it for lunch the following day instead.